All right, hello. Welcome to another episode of the BXR Podcast. We got Jared up in the top right. We got Pop Q in. Oh wait, yeah. We got Pop Q in the bottom right, and then we got our friend BK in the bottom left to join us today. So gonna talk about some video games stuff we've been playing. A little bit about the good old Bungie news. Halo, it has 1 million players or something according to activeplayers.io, so definitely talk about the resurgence of Halo. But yeah, so why don't we kick it off? We can just start, since I think it's like the main news topic. We can start with the Bungie stuff. So if somehow you didn't see the news, long story short is Bungie laid off about 8% of their studio. I think it was about 100 employees. And then there was like various reports on why, from like, I think Bloomberg and like Paul Tessie. Basically, it came down to like the recent expansion has had really bad player retention and like players aren't happy.
It sucked.
Yeah. And so Bungie missed their revenue estimates this year, or like this fiscal year, by 45%. So they laid off a bunch of people. And then the CEO put out some tweet about how like he'll miss the people he laid off. So that was good. Good tweet. But yeah, that's the gist of it.
That like the Quicksilver stuff was selling that much. The cosmetics, I thought like you go on like the subreddit, everyone's just bragging about I got this thing in a raid. You never see like, oh, I bought this costume. I wonder how come the revenue dropped so much just from a bad DLC.
Yeah,
they were saying like the revenue didn't meet their projections. Like I don't know what they were projecting to make, but
the DLC sold well. It's just I understand that it didn't retain players, but I guess they must have been making half of their profits off of cosmetics.
Yeah, or maybe they blew their projections like way out. Like they thought the expansion would like do way better, and it maybe just did similarly. I don't know. I've never broken down Bungie's financial reports, so.
They didn't cut off people after COVID, right? They kept their COVID overhire.
No, that's the thing, right? When Sony bought Bungie, like 1.2 billion of that purchase was solely to make it so they didn't have to lay off anyone. They specifically said we will lay off no employees. And then here we are, they're laying off a bunch of employees. So it's kind of making you wonder, what happened behind the scenes. Like, obviously, if they didn't say that and they just laid off some people, I would say, okay, maybe, there can be bad game devs, right? It's not like there's not bad game devs. But when you specifically say something like that, like, hey, we're going to be keeping all of you no matter what, that's why we did this deal, it just looks a little fishy, right? It's not a good look at all for Bungie. And now you're seeing the kind of waterfall effect of that with all of the players saying, hey, we're not going to pre-order the final shape now. We're canceling our pre-orders. Like, I'm done with Destiny 2. Like, a lot of Destiny content creators have been saying this. Whether that's true or not, we'll see, because everyone always goes back to the core game they love. But it's just one of those situations that's just shitty all around. So it's hard to say what's really the core issue here.
Also a lot easier to say I'm not going to buy the next DLC because the last one did suck. So. Right. I was going to wait, exactly. But I mean, if they're firing everyone, I'm just not going to buy it now. I assume a lot of people are probably like that.
Yeah, I will say too, like, I felt, obviously, I mean, I played the last expansion, but I'm not a huge, like, Destiny person. But I feel like we've seen a very high uptick in videos about how, like, Destiny is in the shitter. And, like, those had been, for, like, a month straight, my YouTube algorithm was just people saying Destiny was dying. So, like, it's not overly surprising that this would happen, but I mean, it still obviously sucks. But it seemed like it was headed in that direction. Like, how many, if the game is actually doing poorly, like, at some point, something's going to happen. But,
well, and but that's the thing too, right? Because, like, you look at 343, they had all of the management, issues. They changed a lot of employees, removed a lot of people, and I think we could say the people in charge now are doing a lot better job with Halo. I would like to think so anyways. And you look at Bungie and you look at all the employees that let go, none of them were management related, which kind of makes you wonder, it sucks to see that, because it really does start with management first, right? and then it goes down to the game devs. You would think at least someone in management would have fucked up somewhere for Destiny 2 to be in the shape it's in now. So that's kind of the other issue.
Guy, why did they fire that dude's been making killer
The music's not good
soundtracks.
enough. Not good enough.
He only has like some of the most like memorable Destiny like shit for the past 10, 15 years, but yeah, fuck him.
Michael Salvatore.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It seemed,
but like I see a lot of people like being shocked that he was let go, but like, isn't he somebody like? Wouldn't you if they're doing mass layoffs? Like, isn't he someone like you would expect to be let go because he was, their composer. He either primarily or only did music for them, and he's been with Bungie for a long time. So he was probably getting paid well.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's a good thing to let him go, but I mean, it doesn't shock me that somebody like that would be let go.
I think he was so key to it. I think that's why it shocked people. I think sometimes you just would take a hit because then everything else from here on out is going to suffer. It's not going to be the same music. I think maybe you just like, take the financial hit of him being.
I mean,
overpaid.
they could still use his music.
Well, you're going to do a Marty O'Donnell situation.
Or better yet, you just get an AI program and you go, hey, recreate his music a little bit differently, save a little money. They're doing it in Hollywood, voice actors. We don't need them anymore.
The finals has AI voice acting. But yeah, what you're saying, Pop Q, I think makes, like, if I think about a regular corporate America company, totally makes sense. Mm-hmm. Like, the people that usually get laid off are like brand new people, or in a lot of cases, it's like the tenured people that have the highest salaries and like have the most benefits and stuff like that. Especially if they've been there forever, if they're close to retirement or stuff like that. Like when you see rounds of layoffs, a lot of times in companies, like it hits those people because when you can hire like some random dude off the street to do a job for like 50, 60 grand less than what you were paying someone in corporate America, that makes sense. But like this isn't like corporate Target. Like this is a creative work. So like by laying off people that have been there forever and who are good at their job, the actual product suffers. Like you could lay off like some marketing person for Target that's been there for like 20 years, right? I fucking won't know the difference. Like the Target ad might be a little shittier, you know what I mean? But like with a video game, I think you can really tell because and it's not just him, right? It's like any of those people that had a lot of say in or have been around for a while, like are core to the identity of the games that they've been making. And now it's like if you kick them all out, you're going to end up with like, I mean, Bungie's already done this. Like the Bungie that makes games now isn't even the Bungie that made Destiny at this point. Like it's like so many people have come and gone, but you just lose even more of that like that feeling that Bungie has because you're just losing the people that have been around.
Right.
Their next DLC would suffer.
I totally understand that. Yeah, like I'm not saying it's good. Like Destiny is going to thrive because they let someone like him go. I'm not saying music going forward in their games is going to improve or anything like that. I'm just saying like, it makes sense. And I mean, if these layoffs are a result of them like being, 45% below their projected revenue, I don't think laying off Michael Salvatore, like I don't think that's really going to change their projected revenue going forward.
Yeah.
Well, and what's stupid too? This comes after they had the whole thing at Sony where Bungie went around telling everyone else how their live Surfers games weren't meeting the quality standard of the industry, and now they're 45% under their projection. And then on top of that, whoever's in charge there, who is bringing in Tarkov players to play Marathon to figure out if the game is good or bad? Like, are you fucking kidding me? It's like, I don't care if they're both whatever kind of genre, if they're similar in any way. It's like, one's a space game where you're probably killing monsters going for loot, and the other one's grounded in reality. It's like, I feel like Tarkov streamers, content creators, players, they're so like entrenched in Tarkov, no other game, they're not going to like any other game because they just want that style of game and that's it, period.
Yeah, I mean, so if you didn't see the tweet that Jared's talking about, so like Asdacross, who's like one of the bigger Destiny YouTubers, basically tweeted like I don't even know if he really like quoted a source, but basically just like at some point recently or in the past year, Bungie brought in some some Tarkov streamers to all play Marathon, and at the end of the session they're like, "Hey, did you guys like Marathon? Would you play it?" And they all like nobody said they would. But like to Jared's point, I mean, we don't know what Marathon looks like, but if it plays anything similar to Bungie in gameplay, Tarkov streamers aren't going to enjoy that, even if you throw extraction elements on it. Like the arcadey gameplay is nothing like Tarkov. It's like so it would make sense that none of them really liked it. Plus Tarkov is like such a dedicated niche anyways. I feel like those people are pretty ingrained. Like it'd be like hitting up people who are still playing an MMO that's like 20 years old, and you're like, "Hey, do you guys like this new MMO?" And they're like, "I think I'll just go play like EverQuest still or whatever the fuck they're still playing." But I also did see, and Luke shared it in our group chat, but one of the bigger Tarkov streamers responded to that tweet and basically said like, "I never played." So I don't know. We don't know what Tarkov streamers they invited, who got like if it really happened. So I don't know. It could just be one of those like rumor things. Like,
I mean, that bigger streamer, Landmark, I think his name is for Tarkov. Like, I think maybe it does make sense that they wouldn't invite somebody like that because they probably knew somebody like that would shit on the game if they play tested it.
Sure, but
like you don't want to get anyone that's like financially dependent on Tarkov. I think that was why it's an awful idea to invite them in the first place. Like, hey, you make a lot of money with the other one, but would you potentially, lose your audience with this game?
I mean, other companies have done this. Like when Riot was working on Valorant behind the scenes, they invited tons of like Counter-Strike pros and stuff. And I don't even know if it mattered. Like, obviously this came out now because Bungie is fucking going through it and they laid off a bunch of people. But in reality, does it really matter that Tarkov streamers didn't like Marathon? Like, I would venture they probably aren't the target audience for Marathon. And if they were, what the fuck is Bungie doing? Like, why are you targeting an audience that's probably not going to like your game?
Yeah, do Tarkov streamers like any other extraction shooter?
I mean,
does any other extraction shooter come close to Tarkov in their
opinion?
I don't think
so. A hunt kind of comes close, but I mean, those are totally different audiences.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think there's much crossover there. I think like usually when a new one comes out, like the Tarkov streamers play it, and then they all go back to Tarkov. Like when that Cycle game came out, I think Tarkov people played it, realized it wasn't as good as Tarkov in their opinion, and just went back to Tarkov. So like, I'm sure when Marathon comes out, they will all check it out. They'll probably stream it for a little bit. Some might even enjoy it. But at the end of the day, yeah, it's like and we don't obviously like making assumptions based on like the art style and the type of games that Bungie has made in the past. But like, it's most likely not a hardcore realistic shooter where you can like, with realistic gunplay and like really annoying recoil and like really clunky movement and stuff. If it's anything like Destiny, you're probably gonna be like sliding around and moving all over the place.
Yeah, I would be way more excited if they were like, yeah, we got hunt, because I would imagine that it's probably PvP, right? Did they say that?
Yeah, they said that.
Yeah, so I mean, it would make way more sense to invite hunt dudes because that game's like, I would imagine closer, but Tarkov doesn't make any sense. They're so totally different games.
I think in reality, the people who would have made the most sense would have been like the people who are making like DMZ videos and stuff, because that's like COD. Yeah. It's close enough to Destiny at that point. But maybe they did. Maybe they also had play sessions with other groups of people. You know what I mean? Like, it's like an isolated tweet that came out during a bunch of drama. So I don't actually put that much weight into that. Now, supposedly, Bungie didn't like come out and confirm or deny it, but like there were a lot of reports that both Final Shape and Marathon got delayed. Like Final Shape got delayed until later next year, and then Marathon supposedly got pushed into 2025. And they didn't deny those, but they also didn't like say them. But I don't think we ever had a set Marathon release date anyway, so they probably wouldn't confirm that. But I don't know. I guess that's kind of a bummer if they got delayed, but. I mean, I guess if they need to be, they need to be. But I also saw Azercross also tweeted that like at one point Bungie was working on like 4 games. One of them was like completely outright canceled, and I think one of them just never materialized. So Bungie might be wasting a lot of money. I mean,
well, I guess they're not anymore, are they?
Well,
they only had 1,200 employees. Now they have 1,100.
Yeah,
something like that.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I saw them in their statement today. Didn't they say they have like 700 people or 800 people working on the final shape or something like that? I thought they put something a number to it, like a amount of devs that were working on Bungie or on Destiny still. But I don't know. I'm curious what. I mean, this is probably the last big expansion for Destiny 2, right? Like, what's even going to happen to Destiny?
It was supposed to be the last one was supposed to be the finale, I think, and then it got changed. They've split it into two, and then I guess this one's the carryover.
Okay.
Yeah, I know this. I know they said this is the last of the Light and Dark saga.
I think it's probably going to be the last of Destiny for a while.
Maybe.
Yeah. If
Story-wise,
it's 45% under projection, they're probably going to axe Destiny on the marathon.
I mean, I feel like having one bad expansion that performs badly shouldn't be the end of a live service game. Like, think how many shitty
that did really well.
Yeah, think how many shitty expansions WoW had over the years, and like it's still kicking. Like it's gone through ebbs and flows. Like there's been some really shitty expansions, and then they've had pretty good ones that kind of like recouped it a little bit. But like the player base numbers have gone. I mean, they stopped sharing like the active subscribers or whatever, but like clearly WoW has gone up and down over the years in terms of like popularity. Like at one point Classic was popping off, but I feel like Classic is kind of not
you still have to sub to play WoW? Is that still like a monthly
You do
payment?
indeed.
I think so.
Jesus.
It is a monthly payment.
That's why I never even tried it. I was like, I enjoyed spending $60 on a game.
Hey, that's why it would be good to include it in Game Pass on PC.
That actually would be good.
There you go.
Maybe I'd try it at that point. Especially WoW Classic.
Dude, I tried to play Classic and it's too old. Like, I think if you don't have the nostalgia for it, you won't enjoy it. And if you never played it, I don't think you'll like Classic. Like
my boss plays it every day at lunch, so I figure I might get some goodie points.
There you go. I feel like to me, WoW didn't get like not playable, but like I didn't really enjoy WoW until like Wrath of the Lich King, because that's when they started adding a lot of the features that like the old heads dislike, like the dungeon finder and stuff. So you didn't actually have to talk to people anymore. You could just sit in the town and queue up for all the stuff. And like as someone who doesn't want to deal with like trying to put together a group of random people to do some side quest, that was nice. But
Destiny recently added that shit, and it was the same thing. I enjoyed it, but all the old heads are like, "Yeah, you got to go on Discord."
I feel like
find friends.
I feel like for us, right? Like I'm a WoW casual. You play more Destiny, but like for the more casual player, those like looking for group automated systems are really nice. Like WoW has them for raids and stuff now, where like you can't do them when the raid first drops, but like a couple weeks or a month after they drop the LFG for the raid, and you can just queue up and it just throws you into the raid, and it's usually like babied down so that you can get through it and get the loot. Yeah. But like I feel like those are nice, because otherwise, like Destiny not as hard because the group size is smaller, but like in WoW, if you want to raid, you either have to join like a raiding guild or like find like fucking 30 people or whatever the raid size is today. Like it's a lot of effort. And if you only play the game like once every couple nights or once a week or something, like you're not going to put in that effort.
Jared, you'd probably appreciate it. I think Dark Souls has a really good kind of in-game, friend finder in it to summon people.
Oh yeah. Well, maybe not Dark Souls 2, but I think in general, I think the whole series handles it pretty damn well. All things
I feel
considered.
Like it is a nice balance to it, because I remember when I first got Bloodborne, I was like, how do I get, because I saw there was like co-op on the box, and I was like, how do I do co-op? This is totally different. It's in the lore.
It's in the lore.
It's in the lore. If you don't know the lore, no co-op for you.
Oh, what was that thing that you wanted to talk about?
I wanted to ask you a question. How is your favorite movie of all time, Five Nights at Freddy's?
Oh my God.
Tell me about the movie. I will say nothing. I just want to hear what you loved about it.
I would actually say that, what the hell is his name? Screen Rant, the dude that does the pitch meetings. I think he encapsulated my feelings very well. It was Oh, I was like, all right, horror movie with my wife. We, lay in bed, have a drink, enjoy the movie. And it was just a dude sleeping through the 5 nights. It was 4 nights max at Freddy's of him sleeping. And then all of a sudden, spoiler, the thing happens. And then it's like 10 minutes of this villain. And then they all go away. And it was the most boring movie I've ever seen. There was so much
So you're
more.
saying
It's like watching a game theory video with bad acting.
so you're saying they were very much hurting not having Markiplier in it.
Yeah, I would say so. You at least be charismatic. Got the stupid pita bread dude from Hunger Games in there.
Yeah, I forgot.
Did you
about
not like it though? Were you like, oh, lore, love this?
I thought it was all right. It's not too bad for a video game movie.
I hope Waffle's joking. He's been like, "Oh, I love that movie."
He loves it. You don't understand how much he loves it.
I was hearing good things about it, but yeah, I just looked up like reviews and
isn't like the critical reception and the user reception like polar opposites?
Yeah, critical's like 20%, and users like 89.
There you go.
Snooze fest.
Well, it looks like BK is a critic, so
the game I'd be all over it.
Oh yeah. Hey, my only complaint is not enough jump scares.
I don't. Is there any?
I think there's one, kind of.
It wasn't a horror movie. I was like,
that game all about jump scares?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, there's no jump scares.
Perfect. All right. Well, besides the 5 Nights at Freddy's movie, what else have we been doing? I played the finals. They had the open beta the past weekend. Did any of you guys partake?
I was going to, and then it closed.
Yeah, well, that's fair.
Like all good betas.
I mean, to be fair,
you've played a couple of the play tests. Has it been improving?
It is much better. I think I've played all of them. Like I played the closed beta, and then the second closed beta, and then now is the open beta. And I remember in the first closed beta, I remember playing it, and I was just like, I see the potential, but the movement and the gunplay was so clunky. Like, the time to kill now is long. In the first fucking beta, it was even longer. Mm-hmm. You would be like mag dumping multiple mags into someone, and they'd just be eating them standing still. And like there used to be like a shitty movement delay when you like clicked buttons and stuff, so it was really, really, really like not smooth to play. But they've ironed a lot of that out. I think the time to kill is still like. It's weird because sometimes it's really high, and I think it's because the guns are just like really shitty. Like the ones you start with, like the AK and the starting guns for the different classes aren't very good. So once you buy the upgraded ones, I feel like it gets a little bit more consistent. You can actually like kill people, because otherwise, like with the AK, you can't put optics on the guns, so you're trying to like cross map someone with the AK that has really bad recoil, and you're just looking through the iron sight. Maybe on controller with aim assist it's a little easier, but
it sounds like Black Ops 4 to me.
No, Black Ops 4 is fucking goated.
Decay, you need better guns later.
Oh man, here we go.
Dude, Black Ops 4.
I don't get why you like that game. It's so awful.
Good. So good. So good.
It's just finals to him.
Then go play it.
I think we need to bring Black Ops 4 back. Like I think next year, instead of doing whatever the fuck Activision's gonna do, I think we just re-release Black Ops 4, but we remove the operator abilities. So it's just the higher time to kill with the 3-lane maps. I'm ready.
Hey, and don't forget, we have all of Black Ops maps in it. None of its own maps.
Well, it's like Cold War just brought, but like all the like a bunch of the DLC maps are just the classic like Black Ops 1 and 2 maps. And then if you watch the CDL, it's like, oh, that's from Black Ops 2. You're like, oh, nice. All the like original Cold War maps that were in like the first season of CDL, by the end, like nobody wanted to play them. But,
I was watching Scump at that event. Someone's like, "What do you think about them bringing back all these maps?" And he's like, "Well, I got to be honest. Their new maps are dog shit, just like Cold War. So just bring back the old ones. Just cut straight to the chase." Said it with like a dev right behind him. I was like, I kind of wanted to make a map.
I feel like he's hit a point where he's got fuck you money, so he just does whatever he wants.
Yeah. What are you guys gonna do? Not invite me to Call of Duty?
Yeah, like the fucking biggest, probably the biggest like COD exclusive person left. I mean, I would think. I don't know. I saw him streaming the campaign today, dude. What we want? We'll talk about
the campaign was pretty mid.
Yeah, that's surprising. I don't think COD's had a mid campaign, at least since Vanguard.
Well, wasn't the
Vanguard's
last year's pretty mid?
No, people liked it.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it.
Yeah, a lot of people liked it.
No,
I didn't play it either.
So how much do you not want to hear about the campaign, BK?
Well, if it's bad, I guess I don't care. I mean, they don't kill off anything. They're having like comic book syndrome now.
Perfect. I saw a lot of people's complaints, or they went to this like open-ended mission style instead of like the more focused linear level.
We're bragging about that. I thought that'd be awful because COD is good when it's like an action movie and just kind of there.
So I think they fuck that.
Yeah.
And I haven't played it yet, but it's given me like Battlefield 5 or Battlefield 1 campaign syndrome, where it's like it was just those open levels, and it basically just felt like a multiplayer tutorial. So I don't know. I own the stupid game because, I pre-ordered it to play the multiplayer, but I will probably play the campaign. I probably won't finish it because, I don't fucking finish anything. So,
well, they're only like it's only like 3 or 4 hours long.
Is it that short? Oh well, I might finish that.
Yeah, I heard it's pretty short.
Oh my god,
that's terrible.
I guess that's what you get when you shit out a game every year.
I think this one was by Infinity Ward. I don't think it was even by Sledgehammer.
They just had it sitting around.
What the hell are they doing?
I think they were probably planning for it to be, next year's game, and then they were just like, Modern Warfare 3 this year, I guess we're cutting it short. And it kind of sounds like almost like, that's it with the campaign? Because that's really short.
TJ said he saw someone comparing it to like a bunch of disjointed Spec Ops missions.
Yeah.
Sounds fun. Awful.
So good.
Those are always bad.
Yeah, I mean, they always felt like filler. But some people love the COD filler, so I guess.
I played a short campaign yesterday. Did you know there was a new game that came out, Rash?
Like the League of Legends character?
Yeah, there's a whole game?
What?
Yeah, it was a puzzle platformer with like Spider-Man combat. It was like 6 hours long. It admittedly was, by the way, I was like, oh, this is a kid's game. And then I'd come across the hardest puzzle I've ever seen in a video game with super complex platforming. And then it'd go back to being a baby game. It was kind of like, I would like his first God of War, but with like super hard puzzles.
That is weird. When did that come out?
Yesterday, November 1st.
It just came out?
Yeah, you should look it up. Song of Nino.
Oh, what? Hold on, I gotta Google this.
I need to play this.
Oh my god, it's on Steam.
It was on Steam.
Yeah,
there's a fucking
game store.
There's a Riot game on Steam. What the? Oh, interesting.
I played it for 5.2 hours. That's how long it took me to beat it.
I mean, it's only $30. That's not bad.
Longer than Call of Duty, man.
It looks legit. Who's Tequila Works that made it?
Oh, I have no idea. I would say I actually was enjoying it a lot. It probably should have been an hour shorter. It just got really repetitive towards the end. But the first bit there, you're going to be like, oh, this is fun.
It says this game is relevant to me because I played Ori and the Blind Forest, so... Is it similar?
No, not at all. I would say, I was like, I can imagine like my future kids playing this game, but it's like really depressing. It's about like Nunu's dead mom and the fact that Will is the last Yeti. And they go through like ghost towns and he's like, oh, it's just where my mom died.
That's good.
It's like, I think it was, I don't know. If you played it, you'd be like, this is like supposed to be a kid's game, but it's definitely not.
It's weird. League of Legends is like a weird IP because I feel like the video game at times seems like kids friendly, but all of their like tangential media definitely isn't. Like Arcane isn't very kid friendly either.
No, and some of those pool party skins maybe a little bit.
Hey man, we gotta have the boobs. So.
Yeah. Hey man, you
gotta have something that people can put on their body pillow,
And if you look at how the game is titled, it says a League of Legends story. Has there been other ones, or is this going to be like a?
Yeah, there was another game they released.
Kings, look at that.
Yep, It was like what you call like a 2D.
What the fuck?
I don't know, like Dark Souls type.
This is also
game.
on Steam. What
Who
the
is
fuck?
this one about? Oh wow, this one's it's like what the hell's the name of that game? Darkest Dungeons?
Yeah.
Right?
What the?
Yeah, it's a good game from what I've heard.
Came out a couple years ago. What's Riot doing? Why aren't they pushing these down my throat?
There you can get a free profile picture inside of League if you buy Song of Nunu. So there's your promotion.
That's not free. That is $30. So
well, that's a pre-order bonus.
Yeah, it's like buy one get one free.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. And no one will even know what the profile picture's from because they probably won't remember the game existed. So
like a weird Nunu profile picture there, buddy.
League of Legends is a weird IP. I feel like it's massive, but then they do stuff like this and it just like kind of goes under the radar. I don't know. Maybe I'm not tapped in.
They might just be promoting it to Korea. I don't think we're their audience anymore.
That's true.
No.
League and NA is actually like not dead, but fairly dead.
Well,
they got to set up for that MMO. You build the stories.
Dude, that shit's never coming out. That is never coming out. The fucking lead left. They didn't even replace him.
They don't need him. They're far enough along. It's ready. Pre-alpha's coming, just like the day before.
Dude, oh my lord. Okay, so that shit's coming out. Like I saw they put out a blog post and said it's actually coming out later this year, like next month.
December 7th, early access.
All right, we're streaming it.
I think it's $40 or $50 or something like that. No, it's $40 for early access, I believe, and you don't have to pay when it fully releases. So it's like a discount. Let me think here. It's got the game. Did you guys watch the trailer?
I'm watching it right now. Oh, it's got cars. They still have the cars.
Yeah, it's got cars.
Let's fuck.
Yeah, so you can earn coins in game. It's like called, I think, Woodbury coins or something.
Oh hell yeah!
That's like the in-game currency used to like buy cars and other stuff. And they have a realistic system for their weapons, so every gun feels like it's real. Just like real life kicking and, all that good stuff. And remember, it's not a survival game. It's a survival MMO. It's an MMO. You got to remember that, so
you guys are
completely different.
Every time I hear like a realistic recoil, all I can think about is how unenjoyable the gunplay is going to be. Like, I don't know, man. I'm trying to play a video game. I'm not trying to play Arma. I want to fucking hold down I want to hold down the trigger, and I just want to shoot something.
Hey, don't forget, you get your own player homes too. You can build.
I'm watching the trailer, and I still have no clue what this game is. It's just like a guy walking around through a city with some looting,
it's with DayZ.
It's somehow still using like the 10-year-old survival inventory system where you have the boxes. How have we not iterated on that? That's just straight out of DayZ.
Is it really coming? It's coming out December?
Yeah, you're gonna play with
early
us?
Access. They weren't ready for a full release, but early access is discounted, and you don't have to pay full price when the game releases.
That's great.
So
I might have to pick it up just.
I still don't believe it's real. It'll probably get delayed again.
I can't imagine they're paying much for servers. This maximum capacity is 100 people. They're not,
yeah.
go ahead.
We'll be interested to see. Like, I don't know. At one point, it was like the most wishlisted game on Steam. Like, I feel like they're gonna fleece a good amount of money, even if the game is utter dog shit. But maybe not. I don't know.
Oh man.
Maybe people are finally getting better about that.
I don't know, man. The comments under that trailer, they're so mixed. You got some people saying this is a fake game and other people going, I told you guys, I knew it was coming. This will be the game of the year.
Yeah, against Alan Wake, I wanted to hear your thoughts on that, Jared. Because I'm not that far into it, and I kind of just think it's a shitty Resident Evil clone right now.
Hey, that's fine for you to feel that way. Because that's what I'm pretty much going to say in my review. Not that it's a shitty Resident Evil clone, but that this game, you will either love it or you will hate it. Because that's how I felt about the first Alan Wake game. To me, Alan Wake 2 like from a gameplay mechanic standpoint, it doesn't do anything special, right? You got a basic dodge, you got some shooting, you got some like equipment, a few different variations between the two characters and weapons. You know, Saga, she gets the crossbow, Alan gets the flare gun or whatever, but it's like, but the writing and the way the story is told and the visuals throughout the game, to me, are the best we've got this year. And the further you get into the game and you kind of get a more like certain areas open up and get a little bit more complicated with the way you move around them and the things you have to do. So I would definitely say like the first, I would almost say 10 hours of the game, it can be slow if you don't like that type of game. It took me like 22 hours to get through it. Like I saw people saying 10 to 12 hours. I didn't do everything, right? There's a lot of stuff I still have to do for side content, and it took me 22 hours to get through it, and I died once. So it's not like I was dying a lot.
I was enjoying the story, but man, that sounds really long because I think RE2 is perfection in that type of genre, and that game says that it's only 9 hours, and that sounds about right. 9 hours, I think, is as much Alan Wake as I could probably take.
Yeah, it's definitely, you gotta really like that style of game and really like the story to keep going. But I think it's one of the greatest. Control? I have not played Control. I want to go play it though.
There was a couple of Easter eggs that I saw in the first 3 hours about Control because the two stories are related. The supernatural stuff.
Yep. Well, from what I understand, there's things related to every game Remedy has made in Alan Wake 2. So I'm excited to kind of go back and play all those other games and see how they relate to it, like Quantum Break and stuff. And also, I can't wait for Alan Wake 3. So that's
your partner is also just straight up Max Payne, same voice actor and face.
Yep.
It's actually kind of cool. Dude,
it's also weird to see him in HD like that.
A new Max Payne game would be goated.
I mean, Max Payne 3 that's got to be in my top 3 games of all time. I love Max Payne.
Well, aren't they, they're remaking 1 and 2, right? And making them as one game.
Was a rumor.
Pretty sure.
Or did they announce that? I remember reading that somewhere.
I seen something the other day about it. I thought, I don't want to say it was confirmed, but I'm pretty sure it's basically confirmed now.
If Rockstar announced anything right now that wasn't GTA 6, I think people probably blow a cork.
So if they do another Max Payne, does does Rockstar own the IP?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that.
I thought the third one was Rockstar only. They ditched Remedy.
Oh shit! Okay.
That might be why Remedy would be only making 1 and 2 as one game, because they don't have any rights to the third one.
The third one.
Wait, who made the third one? I guess Rockstar, but. Yeah,
it was actually the first game that used their new engine, and I think it was because GTA 5 doesn't use the same engine. So it was just, I think, Red Dead and Max Payne that have used that engine, and the gunplay is so fun in it.
Interesting.
Did you ever play the multiplayer of those games, Max Payne 3?
I didn't play very much of it, but I know people like fondly like look back upon it. I remember watching like a Reykjavik video talking about it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I saw that. The slow-mo in that was so weird because if they were rendered on your screen, you would go into slow-mo, and sometimes you just be like walking down a hallway and randomly go into slow-mo.
Yeah, it's odd for sure, but I don't know. It's kind of like cool they tried it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
it also makes the people that are shooting at you go in slow-mo, so it was a weird decision.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. All right, Popkey, what have you been doing, man? What have you been up to the past couple weeks?
Really nothing. You know, I've tried out a little bit of Halo Infinite when Season 5 dropped, but I think that's like the last thing I played.
How are we feeling?
That didn't really last long.
We're what, 2 weeks in?
Back and you didn't like it?
Yeah, did you get your flood armor?
Ugh.
No, I did not. You know, I see it, and you know that's something we could bring up. You know, a lot of people are unhappy with the store prices. I think they said that they adjusted like the pricing because some of the armor is like cross core now, so you can use even more cores.
They raised
so they like
prices.
increased the price of some stuff. And you know, one of the things I've seen multiple people say is like they wish they could buy individual items from these bundles, right? Instead you have to buy the entire bundle. And do you think that that benefits 343, you think they make more money from that or less? Because you're going to have the people that will buy the whole bundle to get the item they want, but you also have the people who won't buy it at all because they can't buy the one item they want.
Fortnite allows you to buy individual things, and Fortnite's a money cow, so I think you just do whatever they're doing.
Right.
Yeah,
I also
don't know.
only see people, besides you guys posting gameplay, if I ever see anything Halo related on Twitter, it's just armor discussion. It's become people just dressing up.
It really is.
Here's my Spartan. Post your Spartan below.
I just feel like that's a lot of the people that are left playing Halo, the people that really care about the customization.
The 900,000 people playing.
There's a lot of them. They really care about armor. All right.
10,000 on Steam, and
Season 5 did a lot for the game. That one new weapon they added, and
it's better than launch, man.
Okay.
Is it even a new weapon? Isn't they just?
Oh no, a variation of the weapon.
It is an existing weapon with a little scope on it. So
hey, it's better than the original. Just get rid of the old bandit.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, just delete the old bandit out of the game.
I hate that thing. I'm like, I pick it up. Why the fuck do I have this?
Yeah, no, that's true.
It's just
that is
DMR, right?
Yeah, now it is.
Yeah, it's pretty much a DMR. But I really don't. I am not a huge fan that they made the ranked bandit rifle starts over the VR.
Like
After playing a little bit, no, because first off, there's a lot of inconsistencies with it. Like, I was messing around with it on bots in like a custom game, and like I had the bots stand still and I was firing at them. And I mean, there is times where like my reticle was pretty much like completely on them, and I'm not getting a hit. And I noticed this when I was playing, actual ranked Halo Infinite. There's times where your reticle is on target and then you don't get a hit. And some people might say, oh, that's because you have to be very precise with it. Well, no, there's also times where your reticle's not on the player and you get a hit. And I mean, I don't know if this is because of weird, like the hitboxes or the weird desync in Halo Infinite. But I feel like this issue is even worse with the bandit rifle than the BR, because the BR is like a 3-shot burst, so you might miss one bullet but hit the other two. Also, the BR it had more depth to it. It was a more interesting gun, because not only do you have to shoot when you're on target, but you also have to track, because it's a 3-shot burst. All your bullets don't come out at once, so you have that tracking that you have to do with that. There's also like a vertical recoil that you have to account for. The bandit rifle is a single shot. Yeah, and it's the Halo guy. It's the Halo gun. It's more recognizable as a Halo gun.
Not the bandit. 343 is desperately trying to do their own thing.
I think a lot of the bandits getting a lot of praise just because it's new, it's different, and I guess refreshing for people that still play that garbage game. So,
I mean, it's fun when Warzone mixes up the meta with a new gun, right? It's the same premise.
You know what this reminds me of? I think it was back in Halo 4 where they had these arguments with the pro scene or whatever it was. I remember on the website where people would argue, well, we can't have a DMR, we can't have a BR, so let's just put them together. 4-shot burst, or you can switch to a 5-shot long-range shot. The best of both worlds. Like, basically what they did with the light rifle, but it's like, I don't know if anyone actually wants that. But
the light rifle in H4 was cool, like legitimately cool. I wish they would have kept that design, because it long range you could scope in and fucking melt someone, and then close range it was the burst, but it was like slightly weaker than the BR. They should have just made that the starting weapon going forward. All right.
Well,
then all the dopamine kids.
I think Ghost Yama, when he was there back then, they said they tested light rifle starts, and it was a very interesting reception internally. So, yeah, that was a weird time. I wish we could have seen that just for like one season or whatever. That would have been great.
I wish it's got an H6. Because I think 343 trying to do what Bungie did has always held them back and made them do shitty decisions. If we just let them do their advanced movement shooter with their weird light guns, it would be a better product because they give a shit about it.
The rumor is Infinite would have been a hero shooter. So,
dude, Infinite as a hero shooter might have went hard. All right, we don't even know, dude. Master Chief would have been the most OP character. All right, he would have been like the fucking. I don't even know a good comparison here, but you'd get some insta-lock Master Chief on your team feeding.
Well, just imagine you get the thruster and the BR with this class. Then with this other class, you get a pistol and a bubble shield. Like,
I think they would have had to. I think honestly, it would have been pretty bland. Because like in other character hero shooters, the heroes are so different. In Halo, it would just be like different armors. It'd be like,
it would have just been different Spartans.
Yeah.
So even the Gundam hero shooter that was actually a great game died.
Yeah.
And I mean, there was tons of
that poor
hero shooters are dead now.
The RIP Gundam Evolution, dude. That was a fun game. I legitimately enjoyed that game more than Overwatch. It just
they're adding a new Gundam in like a couple days.
Yeah, I don't know why.
The game's over.
Yeah, they have a whole season. Like I remember when they announced they were shutting the game down. They said they were still putting the season out. Like I guess, but like I'm not gonna fucking launch the game to play. Like, do you have to pay for the character? Because you did in previous season.
In the game free.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, pretty based for a dead game. It has I think it might have as many players as Halo.
No,
it's thriving.
What is that?
It's
Gundam
thriving.
Evolution? Gundam Evolution last time was like sub 500 when I looked.
Oh, well, maybe. Oh,
hey,
216.
Yeah.
On console, maybe it has 10,000.
Console. PlayStation in Japan, maybe 900,000. You never know.
That's.
Is anyone playing the OG Fortnite tomorrow?
Does it come out tomorrow?
Dude, I'm ready. All right, I'm gonna get out my old Renegade Raider skin that all the kids freak out about and message me about. I'm gonna be like, let's do this. You can't buy my account.
Well, the no build was really a great addition, but they had to make a new map for it because it's totally different movement. If they're doing the old map with the new movement, it's gonna feel awful. Everyone's gonna be like, "Why did we ask for this? This is such a tiny map." They have to totally revamp it, but I don't think they are.
Well, I think that would defeat the purpose, right? I don't know. I mean, I might check it out, but I'm not gonna play build, so well, I guess we'll see if it plays shitty.
Yeah, I never really played Fortnite. I mean, I hopped on it a few times back in the day because
Harry said it's old movement, so like no sprint or anything.
Oh,
actually sucks.
Hell yeah, man!
Well, then that makes sense.
So,
I hate the new movement.
So if you play no build, will it just be like waddling around the map?
Oh, Jesus.
That might actually not be that fun. I'm gonna be
maybe
honest.
Sprint and no build only.
Yeah.
Dude,
I
wish it was like original Fortnite when it first came out because I played Save the World before the Battle Royale. Like, I really liked Save the World. I thought it was actually pretty good. Then the Battle Royale came out, and I remember, like, everyone building, they'd, like, just put down a wall, and that's it. And then you just walk around the wall and shoot them. It's like, no one understood what was possible, man. That was so good. I
remember trying to get my friends on there, and they're like, it's just a PUBG ripoff. No one's going to play that. I was like, guys, it's actually kind of fun. I'm getting wins hiding in a bush.
Well, and I was playing PUBG at the time, and I was really hoping Fortnite didn't take off, and then it did, and everybody like switched from PUBG to Fortnite. And I hated Fortnite. Hey, I did not like the building.
But you know what was so great about old Fortnite is the shotgun was broken at first. Like, no matter how far someone was from you, you could still hit them with the shotgun, like across the map, and it was so damn good.
I kind of miss PUBG's gunplay. That way, it was clunky, but like really sharp at the same time.
Dude, all right. I never understood the hype for that fucking video game. I tried to play it when it came out with my friends, and it was the most dog shit running game I had ever played. Like, how did anyone put up with
Xbox port?
No, I was playing on PC, and it ran like shit.
That's a part of the charm. It was like playing Arma, because the guy came from an Arma.
I know. How the fuck how did people put up with that? It was massive. It's like, it's still to this day, I think, holds the highest concurrent player count ever on Steam. Like, how the fuck did that jank ass game pop off so much? Like, it's actually insane.
For me, it was like my first battle royale, and I think because of that, I had a lot of fun in that, a lot of good memories too. Remember how like when you got out of a moving vehicle, you would just die? Sometimes you're like the bike would flip.
Over
dude, that happened to me so much. I'd just be driving the bike, it would flip, and we would all die. Like,
I mean, but I think it's like dog shit and has 10,000 players on it right now, so I guess people don't care.
But I think the thing with PUBG too, like you had the streamer effect with it, right? With the proximity chat, you have all the old clips with like Doc and Shroud and those guys. It was just like a different experience back then, and it was just something fresh and new. Where now it's like, oh, get on Discord. I ain't talking to you.
I mean, that's fair.
And I remember in PUBG, one of the big problems that game had is it had a lot of desync. Like, I mean, it was really bad.
Oh, yeah.
Like almost every time I died, it's like I was behind a wall just taking damage. I mean, it was pretty bad in that game.
It was a part of the charm. It was a janky ass game that everyone was playing.
Yeah.
It's still like pretty big. Not as much.
I used to
here
always land
anymore,
Zarki.
but
That was my spot.
I think it's only big in Asia. I don't think anyone plays it here.
Yeah,
The
for
biggest
sure.
there.
Well, the PUBG Mobile is like still huge over there too. Which, like, I remember when that came out.
Why
and it
is
fucking
mobile
ran...
big? Like, why are these mobile versions of these games big? Like, who's playing
mobile?
That?
Is the biggest player base of gaming in the world.
Oh, I know. I really just don't get it. Like,
I think
even if you only have a phone, I'd rather just do something else than play games
honestly,
on my phone.
Mobile League has more polygons on one character than the entirety of actual League. It's a more enjoyable game on the phone. And it's better controls. I don't enjoy clicking my screen to move. I get a little joystick on the phone.
That's great. They should make you click on the screen just to get the authentic experience.
You can. You actually can. If you want.
No, but mobile's big, PopQ, just because it's like a cultural thing. Like, especially in the East, when so many people are crammed into like mega cities. Like, you just don't have you spend so much time on like public transport, and you don't have room for like full console, full PC setups. So a lot of people's gaming system is just their phone because they already have a phone anyway.
Yeah, no, I get that. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I'd rather just scroll Twitter or watch YouTube or something. Personally,
Yeah, you just don't understand. You're just not that gamer.
Games.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, I don't play games on mobile either, so I guess I agree with you. But I think it's because we enjoy playing on a computer or something. But if you didn't have that option, or like it just wasn't convenient to play on a computer, like maybe you'd play more mobile games.
Maybe.
I tried to play Madden on my phone earlier. I was.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
I was poor Erasmus is trying to get a football kick and can't do it.
When's the football video coming, man?
Never. I've been.
What happened to NCAA?
Dude, I've been playing so much NCAA. Like, it's actually it is becoming a problem to the point where like it is inhibiting video production at this point, because I sit down at my computer at night with the telling myself I'm gonna work on a script, and then I just play NCAA football for like 3 or 4 hours, and then I go to bed. Like, I don't like, and then dude, I mean, it's old.
The gameplay is ass though, isn't it? Or does it hold up?
I mean, it's like the older at Madden style of football. Like, it's fine.
And NCAA 14 is the only one I've played. And I bought it because we had a local LAN, right? And I only played it for 3 hours. Never played any football games before that. And I got second place at this LAN against people who've been playing for fucking 10 plus years, just because I watched some pros on YouTube or whatever on how to kind of like cheat, tackle people or whatever, or glitch through lines. And then I lost to like some small fucking 12-year-old kid who knew how to do it too. And it was, man, it was so good.
Was everyone like, oh man, I want to play the Cornhuskers? Or did people play real colleges?
Whoa!
Yeah, everyone played real colleges. I played Nebraska though. I'm a real one.
In NCAA 14, I don't think Nebraska was that bad, were they? Weren't they ranked? I think I'd have to look.
No, yeah, they were still good. I mean, come on, man. Laney was still our coach.
Yeah.
I'm a U of A fan, so I think the U of A might actually be a worse football program than the Nebraska right now.
All right, so Perry said how many hours does my my emulator say? It says I've played for 66 hours, but I leave it open a lot because it's minimal impact to my PC. So I'll just I'll be in the middle of a game and I'll just go do something for 3 hours. I just leave the game open, then I come back and finish it when I get back. So I don't know how many hours I've actually played, but I think I'm 7 or 8 seasons deep, playing pretty much every game. So we kind of suck though. Every year we're so close. We're so close to really having our year, and then we just choke, you know? So it's a one day UMass will rise up and become the national powerhouse they deserve to be.
I'm surprised you're not doing it with something like a better gameplay like the NFL 2K. That game's actually so good.
It is, but I wanted I wanted the college football experience, you know, so you
can download a roster. There's so many mods for it.
Like
it's actually not that, you just drag a file.
Oh, all right. Well, fair enough. There's a there's a whole revamped mod for NCA, but I haven't fucked with it yet. It like changes a bunch of stuff. I think it has updated rosters too.
Oh shit.
Yeah, there's like still a whole community of people that still play like the old NCAA games since they just never came out with a new one. So
they announced that they would.
Yeah.
Like 3 E3s ago.
They did, yeah. People were hyped. I mean, to be honest, I will probably buy it when it comes out. So.
Yeah,
same.
This was posted in December of 2020. College football's back. EA says.
Yeah, they announced it after the NIL shit because they could pay players again. Because basically NCAA football died because a former player sued EA for like using his likeness and not paying him because they couldn't pay him. So now it's back. So, well, I mean, not actually since it hasn't come out, but
I'm surprised they just haven't shit out a Madden, reskin with some college teams.
I mean, that's what it was back in the day. I mean, the big difference, gameplay-wise, they were, like, pretty similar. They really had, like, little intricacies that were different, especially because, like, back then, I don't know why we're talking about football this much, but, like, back then, college football was, like the style of football was different. Like, it was still, like, a lot more, like, option-heavy and, like, you had more like spread stuff, whereas like the NFL has adopted a lot of that now. So back then you had like different playbooks if you played NCAA football, but yeah, for the most part, it's like just Madden. It was the same engine, so it's just Madden, but instead of having like a franchise system, you have like a like you recruit and stuff. So all right, next game.
I'm glad we're a football podcast.
There was one more really cool thing with that I wish more games would do, like especially NBA 2K. You could play NFL Street 2, take him to NCAA, I think 08, and then bring him into Madden 08. And it was like, instead of like a career mode, you could straight up play 3 different games of grinding your way to the NFL, and it was actually sick.
Yeah, you could yeah, I think I only did I did like the 2 where you could do like the road to Heisman and then you could ship them into Madden. You could do like draft classes too. Like you could do like a whole year of a NCAA franchise and then ship the whole draft class into your Madden franchise for like the next year. So you could have like a whole experience.
Imagine how cool an NBA game like that would be, but no, they just shit out the park every year and get $1 billion.
Dude, did you ever play the NCAA basketball games? Those were so much fun. It's like the same shit. You would just take some random no-name school and you'd fucking win March Madness. Like, especially in that game because you didn't get fucked by like in NCAA football you get fucked by like the ranking system because you have to be back. It's still BCS in NCAA 14, so you have to be 1 or 2 to make the national championship. But like March Madness, you just fucking played any random school as long as you could win your conference, you'd get in. Then you could win it with like one of those random no-name schools that are always the 16 seed getting shit on.
Yeah. I think a lot of people underrate how good sports games used to be. Those were actually like the pinnacle of gaming.
I think a lot of it is because they were easy to make. Like I feel like they knew what they were doing and they spent a lot of time on like the ancillary systems around the game.
Yeah, but when like the deepest games.
But as games got more and more online, as soon as they realized that Ultimate Team was a thing, it just killed sports franchises.
Yeah.
Because then it went from like having these super in-depth franchise systems and stuff like that to, oh hey, here's some card packs to get your Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, and then they make literally $1 billion. Like I think,
To be honest, FIFA killed them all. I think it wasn't. They probably all implemented them around the same time, but I feel like FIFA made the most money.
Well, I think FIFA made $2 billion last year.
Sick.
So, I mean, I don't even know why they make a new game. You could probably just keep doing that. That's so much money. That's a full GTA they're making just off of cards.
Because when they do a new game, everyone has to spend all the money on packs again. If they just kept updating the same game, your team would be full of 99 players. You would never need to upgrade it.
They should just do like a season thing, like just reset the.
They could. I don't actually pay much attention to Madden Ultimate Team, but I follow a dude on Twitter, and so I've recently learned how scummy Madden Ultimate Team is. So like when it comes out, you can't get 99 overall players day one. They literally fucking trickle the good players out over the year so that you repeatedly buy packs throughout the whole cycle, and then they just reset it all the next year. That's actually insane.
Yeah, I did it 1 year, and I was going through my bank. I was like, oh my god, I spent like $200 on packs. I'm never doing this again.
Was your team good though?
It was good, yeah, and I was having a lot of fun, but that was a gambling addiction. That was actually straight up an addiction. I had to drop that.
All right. So do you guys think Titanfall 3 is coming out?
No.
What? Why are people talking about Titanfall 3 again?
I hope it doesn't come out.
It's
None of the devs are there anymore. What would you get? You'd get like a
what's happening this time?
I know, it's the same thing. Every time I open Twitter, Iniquity is tweeting something about some number 3 that means we're getting Titanfall 3.
I guess rent's due, huh?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't know.
TJ's a conspiracy theorist with that stuff. TJ, even if they made a Titanfall, it's not the same. They're all at Infinity Ward now. Like, I'm sure most of that team's dissolved. It would be such a shell of a shitty game. It would just be like Apex with, poorly implemented robots.
What? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I
wish more games just said what their lead devs were. Because I'm sick of buying a game and being like, oh, Titanfall 3, that's the same as the other ones that I enjoyed. And it's just totally different people making it with totally different creative visions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely possible we get it eventually. I mean, if Apex ever died off and, they really they were desperate, then yeah, I think you have a better chance of getting a Titanfall 3. But right now, when I think Apex is still thriving, just seems unlikely.
Is it really? I thought that game kind of died off, but
maybe it's
still doing pretty well.
It's still doing fine.
Hey, just wait till they add Titans to Apex, man. The Titan mode.
Maybe that's what's coming instead of Titanfall 3.
Yeah, Apex will turn into Titanfall 3.
It'll add wall running and shit.
Yeah, here's the character with wall running.
They're currently 154,000. The peak today was 430,000 players, so I think it's fine.
430,000?
Yeah.
On Steam?
Yeah.
Just Steam.
Wow.
So I think it's doing all right.
Well, we could do the math. If 10,000 on Steam is 900,000 on Xbox.
You know what's not doing all right? Counter-Strike 2.
Counter-Strike 2 is doing fucking fine. People gotta
fine.
It'll be
I don't
alright.
I think it'll die. I think it'll die.
What's the player count right now? I need to know.
It's fucking
564.
It's down 154,000, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
yeah. Well,
give it 10 years from now. It'll be sitting at like 1.5 mil.
When Counter-Strike Go launched, it was such a piece of shit, and it was a piece of shit for like 2 years. So I don't know, man. Just return to CS2 in like a year. It'll be fun.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm doing. But I mean, don't money now.
Can you play Go now? Like, didn't they allow you to now play Go?
You can like download an old
as a
beta
client.
There's like a beta branch, but when I did it last time, I couldn't get the custom servers to work. So the only thing I could do was shoot bots. So you figure it out. I'm sure you could do it. They're like, when I launched it up, someone was saying that the community browser was broken. So if you had servers saved that were still like hosting CSGO servers, it would work. But like, I didn't have any servers that in my favorites that still worked. Like, I tried to join them and they would just fail.
You can just go into the kernel or whatever, the tilde key, and then just hit connect and then put in the IP and it'll put you right in there.
Yeah, but you have to have the IP.
Yeah, I guess you could just go on Reddit or whatever and find a community server.
So if you find a community server that still works, you can join.
Yeah.
But
do you think there's a lot of people playing Go, or
no?
Oh, okay.
Like, why would there be? I mean, what are you gonna do? Fucking
What do you mean? What do you mean? Why would there be?
Wait, actually, that reminds me. I saw Valve tweet something today. They tweeted, "Welcome back, community servers."
Half-Life 3.
So what did they do with community maps? It just says "Welcome back, community maps."
Yeah, they added the community browser back into CS2.
Oh, does it work?
I think so, but who has a map for it?
I'll give them time.
I think people were trying to, but the SDK didn't work.
So here's the thing with Counter-Strike 2. I think the product itself, like today, it's not good, but like they released it as a full release. It's just a fucking beta. If you look at it as if this was a beta, it'll be fine in like 6 months. But the problem was this was the full release that got like that was supposed to get all the hype, and then everyone comes back and you're like, oh, let's go CS2, and you're like, this shit's broken, like real broken. So
I know we don't play Valorant, but when I play CS2, I was just like, I'd probably be having a better time on Val. It's a more put together game at this point. They succeeded in making like an improvement towards it.
Valorant's very polished, but then I'm trying to hold a sight and I get hit by 7 different abilities, and then I kind of just want to close the game. So
now they got the new agent.
And now you get
into the 1v1.
You get fucking teleported into a 1v1
like an anime, man.
That's so
fucking. I don't even know if you guys know the anime called Jujutsu Kaisen, but it's basically one of those characters' abilities.
No, have you seen his regular ability, PopQ? It's fucking aim labs. When you kill someone,
you have to shoot the thing above.
It puts an orb.
Oh, geez,
so you're like fucking playing aim labs, and you get a shield every time you hit your aim labs orb.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Oh my god. Someone standing to the side of you watching, like, what the hell is this idiot doing? He's just shooting.
No, they can see the orbs because the enemies can shoot them down also. Yeah.
Oh, AimLab sponsors VCT. I'm sure they're like, hey guys, maybe
put some orbs in your game.
Yeah, because there's always the memes of doing those warm ups, and then it would like cut to gameplay, and the guy would just miss every shot. They're probably like, hey, if you add that to the game, maybe someone will actually download this shit.
I feel like the Valorant community, they love a good aim labs, so it fits perfectly for them. I don't know. I feel like we played Valorant when it came out, and I've played a lot of Valorant, and like I'm okay at it. I mean, it's not like we were like bronze shitters, but I feel like I hit the lowest diamond. I peaked right into diamond, and then I never played anymore. I played a ton of games one season. I hit diamond. The second I hit diamond, that satisfaction washed over me, and I like had intentions to play more, and I didn't launch Valorant up again for 6 months after hitting diamond. So now, like, whenever when we played last time, like, I'm decayed in gold, and I have my stupid diamond gun buddy because I refuse to not use it, and I would get flamed like once a game. They're like, how do you diamond gun buddy?
I think I peaked the one just under diamond.
Plat.
Yeah,
but
I only got to gold in my lag.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that you even launched the game is actually an accomplishment for you. So,
and I played it just like Halo. It works for pretty much any other game but Halo still. So it is what it is.
Great.
I mean, I still lag in other games, right? But I can play them though. I can do things.
In a game like Val, though, I think you need like. When I play on like 5 when I just play by myself, it's such a different experience.
The only thing I hate is people bitching at me for having high ping. Like,
you're a detriment to the team.
So mad. It's like I teleport, I jump up, I snipe someone. That's not how you play. I'm doing what I can in the lag. I use it to my advantage.
I forgot that I stopped playing Val because the community was like a bunch of Zoomers, and then I went on CS:GO and someone called me a slur, and it's like, I'm back.
The communities are very different. Like the type of person that plays those two games is like polar opposite. It's it's very interesting.
Not a teenage girl versus a bunch of 50-year-old white dudes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I just remember getting so frustrated because it would just be like the amount of people that were just hard boosting their friends in Valorant, and you'd have like one dude on the top of the scoreboard, and his friend would be like 1 in 15. And you're like, why are you in my fucking lobby? But
you know what? I guess I've
just
been
like
playing
Halo Infinite.
League. Maybe I will re-download Val.
There you go. I uninstalled it because the anti-cheat was pissing me off.
Oh,
so.
Yeah, that actually. Never mind. That was blue screening my computer. Never mind. No Val for me.
Well, that was last time we played Val. Every time I would launch it, it would blue screen my PC. I had a factory reset my whole PC to play Valorant.
I almost had to do that with mine.
And then I think I only played it for like 2 weeks after doing that. It was not worth it. But yeah, I don't know. I was gonna say, like, I feel like as Valorant continues, the character design is just gonna keep getting like wackier and wackier, and it's gonna be like something I already didn't love the fucking just like plethora of shit that got thrown your way. It's just gonna get worse. Like League's the same shit. Like when League first came out, the characters, like, they all kind of had a role. They were all straightforward. But as Riot continued to launch new shit, like, every new character now in League has, like, the most in-depth mechanics ever. And it's like you're playing...
It's like a paragraph of what the ability does.
Yeah. So I feel like Valorant's going to end up in the same boat.
I mean, mobile Valorant has, I think, a third of what normal Valorant has. It's back to, it's only the boomer characters in the game.
Oh, is that the play? So we play mobile Valorant now until they add the zoomer characters, and then we quit again?
It's time to enter the mobile gaming space.
The most complicated character, I think, is Jhin.
Temper said, y'all ain't never playing Val again. Let's talk about CS skins. BK, how's your CS inventory?
I was looking recently. It's because a lot of my shit's like really. I don't have like low value stuff. I just made it all into like 3 really high value things. All right, that one's holding. I think oh my god, my gloves dropped $500.
It's live on stream when BK loses $500.
Hey, my butt plugs went up $30.
Ooh, that almost offsets it.
Oh my god, why'd they go to... Oh my...
Alright, well, did anyone play anything else recently? I don't think I have played anything besides Halo.
I played Super Mario Wonder.
Oh yeah, how's that?
Me or him? You know what? You go ahead, BK.
Either.
Tell us about Liza P again. And then I will...
I'm sure, because you played Liza P, right?
I have not played it, actually. I'm going to, though. It's okay. Go ahead and say whatever.
It plays exactly like Dark Souls, but you know how Dark Souls has a really good creative director dude behind it, and it's like a masterpiece art game? Liza P lacks that, but it plays exactly the same. So I was playing it, I was like, man, I kind of wish I was playing Dark Souls 3 right now. It's the same game, you know? There's not much more to it. It's literally Dark Souls, but without the heart behind it.
Yeah, but
so you're saying it's not as creative as Super Mario Wonder, which is like one of the most interesting games I've ever played in my life, and like the most interesting Mario game I've played, because it just... Nothing in that game makes sense in a good way. Like, the level design is on such a level where I can't even believe... I don't even know what the devs were thinking when they were making this game. It's like everyone at Nintendo took, like, LSD and said, you know what? Let's just fucking make a Mario game and see what happens. Like, yeah, he could be an elephant. Sure, he can drill into the...
It's the same 5 guys that made the old one. It's only 5 developers on the game.
Is it really? That's actually insane.
Yeah, it's the same 5 dudes that made the OG Super Mario Brothers. So, I mean, how's that for...
and it's amazing. It plays amazing. It's like the best Mario has ever felt to me. I haven't played a lot of 2D Mario games in a long time, but it just felt incredible. And, like, the level design really is crazy, because you got these wonder flowers, and when you collect them, like, the whole world changes. So, like, let's just say the water flips and it gravitates to the ceiling, so now you're swimming in the ceiling, everything's flipped, or the game will switch to like a different perspective where it's like top down and you're walking through the level avoiding traps, or you'll turn into a slime, or Mario will get like super long and you can like crouch and bring the whole world down with you. And there's so many unique elements to the game. It's like every level it's just such a different experience. Even though you have some of the same effects from the Wonder Flowers, they're just done so differently in these different levels that it's just were no bad levels in that game. I did not dislike any of the levels. And the music to me is the best in the series. The music is absolutely top tier. It's so fucking good.
I'm probably gonna get flamed for it because I was getting flamed by Semper and Waffle. I don't think Mario games are that enjoyable. It's just hold to the right, jump over some things. Whoa. I think you can play the first 3 worlds of a Mario game and be like, yep, that's Mario. And I feel like every time I've picked up a new Mario game, I'm like, oh, yep, still Mario. And it's never surpassed that. If the levels are like LSD trips, I might enjoy it, but I don't really.
I think you would feel differently about the only thing I'll say is the boss fights are trash in Super Mario Wonder. They're so bad. Like it's like you're this creative with the game. I know they're always bad, but it's like they're really bad in this. Like it's so you just fight Baby Bowser like 3 times, and then you fight Bowser, which the Bowser fight is actually pretty cool. It's still really easy, but it has some unique elements too. I won't spoil, but the Baby Bowser fights are just so poorly done. It's like, man, you couldn't come up with anything. You do all this crazy shit in the level, like in the flying ship levels, when the screen's like pushing you to the right as you move through the level, you grab a Wonder Flower and like Bowser appears in the background and a sniper rifle scope comes up and he's like trying to shoot you as you're trying to move through the level, and it's actually kind of challenging. It's like, give me that in a boss fight. Like, come on, just be a little creative.
I always felt like those 2D Mario games were like appetizers for like Sunshine or Galaxy or Odyssey. Like they never felt even remotely close to the level of amazingness that like Odyssey was, Probably just, if I only had to sit in a cave and only play one game, you could probably play Odyssey and collect everything. Have an enjoyable time.
I have never played it, so unfortunately I can't.
I know I'm terrible. Sunshine, right?
I have played. Yeah, I have it somewhere actually.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same type of enjoyable open world, complex platforming where you just kind of try and level break everything. There's sequence break.
Yeah, I was hearing that, and I was like, what the fuck is that?
That is actually crazy that I picked it up. That's like down the road. That's not even close.
It's still picking it up.
Yeah, it's so faint. I wasn't sure if I left some shit open on my PC. So
take the camera outside with you and chase him down.
Yeah, that'd be some good podcast. Good podcast stuff. But okay, well, I should try Super Mario Wonder, but will I actually? Probably not.
No,
you'll try it, but you won't finish it.
I still have Tears of the Kingdom in the case, sealed from when I bought it after, because I planned to play it after Breath of the Wild, and I never finished Breath of the Wild. So,
Jared, did you like Tears of the Kingdom?
I love Tears of the Kingdom, but
comparatively to Breath of the Wild, though, right?
I think it's better than Breath of the Wild. But I'm a Halo guy, right? And I like getting creative with random sandbox items. So,
that was
whether it's
part of the game, but
throwing myself across the map is entertaining.
There's a reviewer named Ranton that I tend to agree with all of his stuff, and he also is like, well, the combat in Breath of the Wild was pretty mid, and it's the same combat in this game. And it was like every issue that I had with Breath of the Wild, even though Breath of the Wild is an amazing game, like the weaknesses were still there, and they didn't really improve. It just felt like Breath of the Wild to me, and I don't understand why everyone went so crazy. Breath of the Wild was good.
Way better. Even way more creative with it.
I heard a lot of people say that, like it was a lot like Breath of the Wild, but I think people liked it for that. I heard a lot of people say it was Breath of the Wild.
If I had never played Breath of the Wild, I'd be blown away by Tears of the Kingdom. But I played the shit out of Breath of the Wild, so it was like nothing to me.
I think the thing is, it depends on how creative you are as a player. Like when you're fighting those like golems made of blocks, it's like, okay, I can magnetic out the weak point block and slash it. Or when it turns into like a giant square and flies up into the sky and throws blocks at you, you can then reverse time if you want to and ride those blocks up. Like there's a lot of different avenues for like fighting those that were creative, and it was just that way in a lot of different areas. So I think it's quite a bit different as long as you have a weird ass mind.
I enjoyed the mythical, whatever they were called, the big divine beast. I thought those were fun in old Zelda. I don't think Tears of the Kingdom. The dungeons in that were not nearly as good, and that's the best part of Zelda to me.
The map was the same in Tears of the Kingdom, right? As Breath of the Wild.
The main
it's
level,
the same.
But they added
the main level's the same. It had a lot of changes though. Like you had the sky part, and then you had down below, which a lot of players didn't realize it. But the underneath area was the top world flipped upside down. So it was a mirror image of it.
It might just be a limitation of the Switch, but down below felt like a Gmod level to me, like a Gmod horror level that paint.
Yeah, the Switch is garbage. Let's just call it what it is. It's a little too old now to be trying to make games like that.
I played it.
The Switch 2 is more powerful.
They just they ship hardware that's already obsolete, so then they have, when it's a full fucking cycle, by the end it's just struggling to exist.
I acquired illegally Tears of the Kingdom on my PC and did not emulate it, but I played it in 4K and it still had limitations. They definitely can't do much with it.
No. Alrighty.
Yeah, have you guys seen anything about Metal Gear Solid, the Master Collection?
I saw shit.
That's also a sad port.
How bad that release is?
Yeah, I saw it was terrible. And
so you're saying you're not excited to jump in and play it?
I mean, you bringing up the Switch, like it runs. I think 2 of the games run at like 30 FPS on that, even though they ran at 6. Yeah, they ran at 60 on older hardware.
They run at 30 on the PS5 anyway, so I mean, it's just a shitty port.
And I mean, I think they're 720p upscaled to 1080p, and in some ways, the HD collection of these games on the older hardware, like the 360 and PS3 generation, those games looked better in a lot of areas. The anti-aliasing is really bad on like the Xbox Series X.
I watched a breakdown,
and somebody already made like a 4K mod for it, where the game looks beautiful. You just drop a file in the folder, and you're good.
Some guy, I mean, that's really bad. I think the first one is literally using like an emulator, but they went back on the PS3 version and it was running the engine natively, and that's why they were better remasters, is because they're actually able to modify the engine versus just some dude on an emulator using settings. It's so sad.
Yeah, and I heard like the better way to play these games is just play it like emulate it. But I never had luck with the emulation.
PC though. That's what I think everyone's excited to. Yeah, because it's on.
Oh yeah,
it's volume 1. So
bro, that shit's MGS4 being stuck on PS3. Like that's the only platform it's available for other than emulation. Like that is just crazy to me. Like that.
As a person who recently set up the PS3 emulation, it's not that hard.
It doesn't. Is it not? No, it's one game that's broken and it's MGS4.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, never mind.
Yeah, 4 has some issues. Amazing. Because I remember trying to play a PlayStation 2 emulator back in the day, and I had to go through all this different testing and shit just to get this game to work properly. I was trying to play like Final Fantasy Dirge of Cerberus, and it just took me forever to get everything to look right and run right, and it was just a headache. That's why I was hoping like the Master Collection of these MGS games would have been good, and that way you can just buy this nice package of games.
Pick them up on your PS Vita that everyone has. Your standard issue PS Vita.
So I actually loved my PSP, but by the time the Vita came out, I just didn't care.
3 behind me.
That's good. You can collect them.
I do.
Look at that.
Look at this PS Vita.
There you go.
It's Gundam. This is my rare Japanese.
Poor Gundam.
Or Gundam. All right. So the 2 other things I thought I would mention, then we can leave. Dead Drop added cars. I tried to play Dead Drop the other day. They've also added Capture the Flag and Team Deathmatch, but I couldn't find a match, so I don't know if they're any good.
Can you explain the car thing to me? Because I still don't understand.
Yeah, how does that
work? Is that a separate racing mode, or are you racing around?
I think you drive to. I don't fucking know. I launched it. The match didn't work, and I just closed the game.
Because in the snapshots that they had that were playable, where would you drive a car in that? You know what I mean?
It's
I don't understand what it is.
Don't worry about it. You're
Oh,
gonna have NFT cars.
They're mini toy cars. You've been shrunk.
Oh, okay.
It's like Hot Wheels. You're gonna drive the car
you can drive around the bots that can't shoot.
They've improved now, all right? I'm sure they're better.
How far out do you think that game still is from?
I don't fucking
5 years.
Yeah,
realistically.
It's gonna be a while, yeah.
The other thing was, I don't know if you guys saw this, but do you remember when 100 Thieves announced they were making a video game?
Yeah.
So now they're not.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
probably I didn't hear of it.
Is that what they said?
So are they?
It said
Are they canceling
like,
or are they just separating?
I don't fucking know. It said they're separate. They're 100 Thieves itself is gonna become like just esports org. But then I saw there was like a shit ton of layoffs, so like I don't know. I think the game probably is never coming out.
Juvie and the gaming are going to be like separate entities, or something like that.
I don't understand why 100 Thieves has that many employees. I don't understand those big gaming orgs honestly at all.
They were raking in
people.
They were raking in VC, and they literally didn't have to like budget or come up with an actual business plan for years. And then the VC stopped rolling in, and now that's why you see like tons shutting down and tons laying people off, because like none of them were properly managed or actually turned into real viable businesses. And it turns out once like the faucet of free money stops flowing, like you actually have to make a viable business, and like none of them have. So it's,
I mean, at the end of the day, they're just T-shirt companies, right? That have sponsors on them.
I mean, yeah, effectively that's their business model is sell sponsorships and sell merch. So
yeah, real life microtransactions.
Yeah, I was looking for I went to a VCT thing recently in at like Riot's headquarters, and it was really fun. But I was like, I want to go for one for League, and the tickets are impossible to find. Imagine if hockey tickets were impossible to find and they only played in South Korea. They're just limiting themselves on all this shit.
Are they impossible to find because they sell out?
No, the last one in the U.S. was 2 years ago in Chicago.
Oh, you're talking for Worlds.
Yeah, well, anything. I was looking at the local shit.
Don't they just have like the shitty LCS matches every week?
Yeah, but they play at home.
Oh,
they don't.
They do now?
Yeah, they have. I think so. I couldn't find any history of like where they play.
All right then, perfect.
I just those teams. Also, the Riot venue was like max 50 people.
Yeah, it's small.
The business model for 100 Thieves was always going to suck because I believe 50% of team revenues in the NFL are from tickets.
Yeah,
imagine 50 people is your half your revenue. You're not going to get anything.
The Overwatch, like when they were doing the Overwatch League, that has also died and fucking went out in a blazing flame. One of their original model was the homestand model. Like all these teams were supposed to have like their own places, and they were supposed to host events at home to make that money. And then like they kind of realized, well, partially COVID hit, but partially like no one gives a fuck about Overwatch to come to your to your game.
It's also at the Staples Center, and that was expensive. I was gonna try and go to one of those. It was like $80, and the Anaheim Ducks are $20. So
yeah, I feel like a lot of esports shit is like overpriced. Like I'm not gonna pay more for a fucking like to go watch a video game than I am an actual sporting event.
Yeah, my VCT tickets were $10, that's amazing. And I bought a T-shirt there, so they should try and do more of that shit.
Yeah, when I go to the Halo events, I usually buy a T-shirt.
Yeah, that's how people make their money. But all these
esports. Is that where you got that sweatshirt?
Hell yeah, it was. This was at Raleigh. No. This is at Kansas City.
Nice.
And I don't know why you would buy that when you could have bought that good old Halo 3 classic video game case shirt.
All right,
from the Xbox store.
So BK actually does graphic design as a career. BK, please tell us how you felt about the Halo 3 merch.
I envy the graphic designer because I know he's probably like, so here's my mock-up, and they're like, oh, you're all done? He's like, yeah, sure. And then he got paid a ton of money to go sit at his desk for another month, not doing anything.
He just clocked out for the month.
It's like, well, did my part design that T-shirt? This is a JPEG the Halo 3 cover.
Just be creative. Hey, this right here, this is real merch. If you can even see it, it's Mario with a pumpkin.
I made a rash real merch, real actual good Halo merch, and it's 343 would probably be better off selling that.
They should actually. We should ship it to
them.
Look
at that. That's sick.
Oh, that is cool. But
wait, Arash, is it? Can I get the T-shirt even, or is it not even on Spring Tee?
Yeah, I probably should set that up.
Yeah, hey, everyone buy that shirt because
wait till I release it, and then you can
link it to me as soon as possible. I'll buy it.
I know you didn't pay me for it. Hey, could you?
I paid you for it.
Did you?
Yeah, we can go back.
Come on the podcast.
Hold on. Whatever. No, I paid you for it. You can go back through.
In which case, you're just losing money by not selling it.
I think I just got lazy because I don't know. Maybe this would actually sell because it's trash. Maybe I'll go back through it. You sent me the files at one point. I'll slap it on.
I'll resend it to you right now so you have no excuse.
Right. I'll do it Monday. That'll be my plan.
And then you play NCAA and you'll forget about it.
I'm honestly thinking about deleting the emulator. It's becoming a problem.
No, you just make a video on it.
What the fuck video am I going to make on NCAA 14?
How it failed and why it should come back.
It didn't fail because of the game, though. It failed because of the fucking, business model of college athletes. But as I learned from my Saints Row retrospective, there's a lot of work for not much payout. But maybe I actually need to change the title of that video, I think. But maybe it'll make
Hey, you just need someone to make an 8-hour response video.
That's true, honestly. If I get that, then I think I'm set. All right. I think that's going to do it for the old pod. Yeah, it was fun. Thanks, everyone, for coming.
New merch that's launching, everyone.
Yeah, it will actually launch next week. I'll set it up. I'll do it.
Hell yeah.
I'll even order a couple shirts, and I'll model it for everyone, so it'll be really I'll send
There's a rule, though. You got to be 30 years or older to order the shirt.
That's true. No, I don't want to limit my Zoomers,
Can I redeem my Get merch to get the shirt?
If you wait until it's out, sure. All the people that have been sitting on the fucking Get merch points because the merch sucks are all going to redeem it, and I'm going to be out $200.
Yeah, but then everyone's going to be walking around with your name on them, so
I don't
imagine all those viewers.
Shit, dude.
Yeah, think of the brand growth.
Yeah.
Think of the brand. All right, I'd like to leave everyone.
Watch out, 100 Thieves.
I'd like to leave everyone with a great thing. So let me show you the 300 sub special that I found on YouTube. and then we'll end the stream. This is the 300 sub special. As you can see by this thumbnail. No one can see the thumbnail. As you can see by this thumbnail, it's great. I recommend this channel because it has thumbnails like the 300 subscriber special. And on that note, the podcast is over. Anyone doing anything fun? Do you want to tell people about? Ooh, actually, hold on. We play Ark on 2 hours of sleep, episode 1. So that's a fucking banger.
How to revive Halo? We gotta watch that. This man knows.
Yeah, this man knows.
I mean, yeah. Holy shit, that's a lot of videos on Mortal Kombat 1 skins. Okay. Anyways. All right, Jared, what are you doing? What are you up to?
Alan Wake tier review is on the way. After that, Super Mario RPG review. After that, some 1 to 2 hour long videos on the way after that, because I'm not going to be reviewing for a while and be doing some videos on older games and franchises.
Nice.
Love that.
I think long videos on old games have a really good healthy spot on YouTube right now, because my my homepage is just flooded with that stuff. Probably because I watch it, but
yeah,
I feel like it's such a good spot because YouTube loves watch time. So if you make an interesting long video that people will sit through, and it's on an old game, so it's not topical, it'll be relevant for ever, basically, like unless something massively changes, like a 10-year-old game, which isn't going to happen, right? Well, so it just gets recommended forever.
I'll say this: the first video I'm probably going to do is on a game called Kuon, which is a From Software horror game on the PS2 that had like Resident Evil style cameras, but it had like a melee system and you could still throw magic, kind of like Dark Souls. So it's an interesting game.
So I mean, I bet there's a niche audience for that for sure.
Also, if you want a copy of it, it's like $1,000 if you're lucky.
How did you acquire this?
Legally, you acquired it legally. No more questions.
I bought that game, Haunting Grounds, and a game called Rule of Rose the other day for about $1,700. So,
oh my god,
we won't talk about that.
Jared actually bought them.
Wait, run that price by me one more time. I think I missed
$1,700.
Are you being
those better be the best games you've ever fucking played.
No, they're very niche, but they're very hard to find and they're very rare to find in good condition. And I'm like, you know what? I want to make videos on all three of these, and this is a good price for all three, so I'm buying it. I have a guy in Sioux Falls that runs a video game shop called Heroes and Villains, and that's where I get most of my stuff.
Nice. There you go, Rash. You can show the stream once again.
All right, here you go. Hold on. I was trying to find it in my messages, so this is better. All right, stream.
What are we showing? The horse video?
No, this. What?
Oh. What?
What? This will be the merch that you can purchase next week. So.
Definitely not based off of any existing IPs. It's our own creation.
Yeah, that's actually it's a brand new guy that we're making. He's taking over the world. So
he might be in Fortnite. You never know.
Hey, you know, maybe that exact one will end up in Fortnite. You do never know. All right, Pop Q, you doing anything worth telling people about?
Yeah, I'm working on videos that I don't upload.
Perfect.
Yeah. You know, we record them, we edit them, and then we don't upload them.
What the fuck are you doing? Why?
I don't know. That's just what we do. Like I had a video on Halo Infinite, and then like Season 5 happened, and then it kind of just like nullified a bunch of the shit I said, so I was just like, all right, fuck it. That typically happens. I'll say something in a video, and then like something will happen, it's kind of irrelevant, and then it's just like, whatever. So
that's fair. That's kind of why I stopped caring about the like the topical try and get videos out on Halo shit right away.
Yeah,
because it just all becomes outdated. But BK, when's the next microphone arm review coming out?
You know, I was using Reddit to promote all that stuff, and I might have hit a roadblock. So maybe next year.
That's all right. My like old Reddit account is banned off of multiple of the big gaming subreddits. So,
you know, look at that. He's got one.
There you go.
Yeah, I just got that together.
Jared's gonna give us the review.
Are you still using the shitty one? Do this.
Yeah.
Does it squeak? Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure people like that in their ears.
I spent $100 on this one and it doesn't squeak anymore.
I think I got the same one as you actually.
All of us did, and it squeaks and it breaks. Mine broke.
Wait a minute, I'm the only one without a mic in frame. You know, I gotta pull this in. You know.
Perfect. I mean, that's streamer etiquette. Is you have to have the mic like right under your mouth.
My other mic one. I'm ready.
I don't know what's going on anymore. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. We'll be back in a couple of weeks. Goodbye.